Hello and welcome to a time special presentation for Thirukkural with the Times, where we explore real-world lessons from the classic Tamil text Thirukkural with motivational speaker, author and diversity champion Bharathi Baskar as she explores the masterpiece. How is it that wise men from different countries, different centuries and different cultures often have had the same ideas and even used the same similes to convey them? Vyasa, Chanakya, Robert Greene and Valluvar have all said the same thing, that an enemy half destroyed is akin to a fire half doused.
Great minds always thought alike. The wise have reflected upon fundamental veracities of human nature, relationships, and life experiences in precisely the same path. It's highly improbable that one had read the work of the other, yet they thought the same way. Interestingly, not only the ideas of astute men confluence, even the metaphors they used were similar. One example could be how Vyasa, the legendary author of Mahabharata, Chanakya, the polymath, strategist and teacher of the 3rd century BCE, Valluvar, who dates back to the 1st century CE, and Robert Greene, one of the current American authors and creator of the famous book 48 Laws of Power, have all talked in a similar manner about the dangers of leaving one's enemy unfinished. All of them have compared a half-finished enemy to a fire not thoroughly doused. Enemies should not be half destroyed because doing so can lead to an unresolved conflict and further animosity. Incomplete destruction may also result in retaliation or revenge, prolonging the cycle of hostility. A half-extinguished fire is as detrimental as a blazing inferno. A story from Mahabharata discusses a moral dilemma. Should the enemy be destroyed entirely or should be forgiven? When the Pandavas were in exile, they went in search of food, leaving Draupadi alone at the ashram. Jayadratha, the king of Sindhu and husband of Dushala, the only sister of the 100 Kaurava brothers, passed by that side and saw Draupadi. Amazed by her beauty, he even forgot that she was his sister-in-law and abducted her. Arjuna and Bhima rushed in their chariots and massacred all of Jayadratha's men. Jayadratha left Draupadi and fled for his life. He was caught and brought to Yudhishthira by Arjuna and Bhima, who wanted to kill him for his grievous mistake. However, Yudhishthira restrained his brothers from killing Jayadratha, considering he was their cousin Dushala's husband. Draupadi was of a different opinion. She stated, "An enemy who carries away one's wife, though there is no cause for enmity, or steals the kingdom, should not be allowed to live, even if he craves for pardon in battle. Letting go of an enemy is like leaving a small portion of fire not extinguished." Yudhishthira persisted in his opinion and requested for a reconsideration. Finally, she agreed to forgive him and he is allowed to leave. That turned out to be their worst decision, as Jayadratha later played a crucial role in the murder of Abhimanyu in the Battle of Kurukshetra. Chanakya has no such ambiguities. In Arthashastra, he quotes, "A debt should be paid off till the last penny. A fire should be put out till the last spark. An enemy should be destroyed without a trace." Robert Greene declares as law number 15, "Sometimes we learn the hard way that if one ember is left alight, no matter how dimly it smolders, a fire will eventually break out. More is lost through stopping halfway than through total annihilation. So, neutralize your enemies completely, or else the enemy will recover and come back even stronger and more determined to seek revenge. Robert Greene also shares an example of what happened in China during the 1930s. Chiang Kai-shek had almost decimated Mao Zedong's soldiers, but before he completed the task, he turned his attention to the invading Japanese. Once he attended to the Japanese, he forgot about the unfinished task of Mao's men. But over 10 years, the men of Mao recovered, came back and routed Chiang's army, forcing him to flee to Taiwan. Valluvar emphasizes the same rule in his own poignant style. He further adds that a half-finished enemy and a half-finished task are similar. Leaving a task or a conflict half done is identical to trying to extinguish only part of a fire. Both can lead to unforeseen consequences, potential reignition, and increased risk. Vinaipagai Endrirandin Echcham Ninayungaal, Theeyecham Polath Therum. If you consider unfinished tasks and undestroyed foes are akin to unquenched remnants of fire that comes back, one cannot stop wondering how all these men were strikingly similar in their ideas and how they all used the same simile. The camaraderie and the shared thinking of great visionaries leave us to wonder how all of them, belonging to different cultures, countries, and centuries, thought the same way. It leaves us to wonder about the enduring nature of certain universal truths.